कह रही है कि मेरे बीच में आ गई। ऐसा कुछ नहीं। हॅलो हॅलो. संध्याकाळी हळद करा चेंबूरमध्ये. संध्याकाळी हळद आहे शूट हळदीचं. घेतलंय कुठलं हो? हां बरं 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 चांगली गोष्ट. बरं बरं बरं. आत्ता आत्ता आले सकाळी. आहे पोरं तुझं? कितीला? अच्छा नवीन आहे. हां मग काय गाडी घेऊन काय करणार काय तू? कुठं ओलावीर? हा आता हे बांद्राच आहे ना, काल होते तिकडे. आज लास्ट दिवस. चालेल चालेल, मी जाऊ बघतो दुसरा. बरं सांगतो तुम्ही. वहाँ से इधर किधर से?
Hello, hello, and welcome back to Gheun Talk. Second day here, and the semi-final has Swarm make it 3-2 to go up in the semi-finals. Swarm having a great comeback this morning, beating Beastie in the second qualifier to make it to the semi-final to play Hawa Hawaii. Hawa Hawaii, who haven't been beaten this weekend yet in both their games, but find themselves down in this match. Swarm bolstered by I believe Meena from L2F made it to Bombay last night and is playing this morning. She played the first game and is playing this one as well. Although Stan missed out on the first day because of a pretty bad ankle injury, she's taped up her ankle and looks like she's raring to go. Has already played a couple of points, has had a couple of Ds. So Swarm looking really good now. They were always spoken of as one of the favorites in this tournament, not showing this in the semi-final. This young and extremely skilled Hawa squad is having a new challenge, but lots and lots of game time left. And here to enjoy all of it with me is our very own Aditya Mohanty or Adi Bhai. Hello Adi Bhai.
Hello peeps.
So Adi Bhai, as if you don't know, is a instrumental part of OSU. He's the head. I don't know. I was asking you yesterday, what's your title technically?
It's embarrassing to say that publicly, but I'm the co-owner.
Co-owner. Co-owner of Sportscast with?
Yash Butchkir.
We haven't met him yet.
You haven't. He had actually come here for the first annual, the first day.
Okay.
I
I
don't know
think
if
I
you
remember
remember
someone
the
with
setting
you.
up
I think I remember someone with you. I don't think I remember him per se.
A really good-looking guy.
Are you talking about yourself still? Or?
No, still talking about Yash.
But yeah, Muskan with the disc on the sideline swings it to Gotai in the center, who finds Ananya on the left flank this time. Ananya's forehand finds Sammy in the middle of the field. Sammy with a strange looking to hit Muskan at the back of the end zone, but outside in forehand falls quite flat. And Muskan is not too close to it. Sammy sent it from the halfway line as Sushma now walks up to the disc for Swarm, closely guarded by Swati, I suspect.
Rishabh, you must be quite proud of the turnout outside Bombay.
Oh yeah, I think it's both a very good thing and a kind of a sad thing. Um, Sad thing only because we really wanted to do this tournament to push more women from Bombay starting to play our sport again. I think Mumbai really suffered these last 2 years with the pandemic. A lot of people moved out of town, kind of stopped playing. So the scene kind of lost its like strength a bit. But in the good way, it is that it shows that in India we have so many women playing at this sport at such a high level, where each sport, like regardless of the score, each game is decently tight.
It's been fairly competitive.
It's fairly competitive, evenly matched up, which I feel in other single gender tournaments, there then generally not enough women from one club. So, like for example, Storm has a huge block by Angi, I think, to get the disc back for Hawa, who would want to score this to keep it even. Yeah, I'm just having a look at the replay. Joanna was looking down the sideline, but found Angi instead. As Gota has a disc and an early turnover call on the field between Sammy from Chennai and Sushma from Pune. But we have also players from Auroville, from Ahmedabad, from Surat, from Delhi, from Bangalore. So yeah, we're pretty proud that we could really push to make this happen and get them from different cities.
So considering I don't know a lot about the sport, still learning. Are single gender tournaments like a common thing outside India?
Outside India, they are more common as Monica sends out a huge, Deepika sends out a huge huck that's blocked by Ishta. Yeah, single gender tournaments are pretty decently big outside India, but in India, mixed gender is the most popular. But we have single gender tournaments as well. But teams only qualify for that if they have enough of the correct ratio. As Kanika throws a backhand looking for Joanna but finds the sideline instead. And another quick turnover to give Hawa the disc. So what happens in those single gender tournaments, especially for women, is that 2 to 3 clubs bring their women together to form one team. So it's either not a very good team or a very, very good team.
Yeah.
So like all the talent gets concentrated in a couple of teams.
Yeah, so usually you end up having a lot of one-sided games.
Yeah, and Neha makes it 4-2 to Swarm as they take a quick 2-point lead early in this game.
Rishabh, I think at this juncture you also might want to tell the viewers about what off-season has in plans for next year. The events that you guys are thinking of.
Yeah, we have, by the time June rolls around, we're hoping to do at least 3 more tournaments. So one will be MUL, which is our staple product, which is our bread and butter as they call it. I just want to remind you, Adibhai, I think we need to put the laptop to charge. But we have MUL followed by the club invitation that we want to do in Goa. We'll hopefully be doing that in May, and then we really want to try going and doing a league in Bangalore because Bangalore Showcase is one of our biggest events yet. So we want to try doing a league in Bangalore, and then do Chennai Showcase, which will be on the beach.
What about the Surat one that you guys have been doing?
Surat, we can go there, and I think we will do something there. But for now, because we already have Mumbai for the western region, uh, we are not thinking of Surat yet. Although yes, we are constantly asked about Surat Showcase, but not quite yet. And the only time we can play in Surat is probably in like April, May, and that's not good weather over there.
Yeah.
Even September in Surat is very warm, so. But yeah, what's your experience been with off season? What do you think of this weekend? I think after a while you were able to attend the whole weekend.
Yes, this weekend's been slightly different because from all the other events that I've seen, because all the games have been very competitive, so even my production team, who's not very well versed with the game, has been finding it supremely exciting. Apart from that, the quality has been far superior from I think what everyone was expecting. I could be wrong about it, but I think the players that have come out have been top notch.
Yeah, there was a lot of worry. So what we did was we spoke to a few top players who are also kind of leaders in their states, in their regions, and yeah, they had worries like the timing of the scheduling is a bit awkward. We might not have enough competitive people. But my only thing about the competitive people is like, if you're the competitive people who are saying there might not be competitive people, it's because you're not coming, if that makes
Fair
sense.
enough.
So it's like you guys can bring the competitiveness and make it a tournament that's worth playing in, which I think they did. We were worried we won't reach 50 registrations, but by the time we closed the form for the final time, because it had closed it a few times, um, yeah, we reached 95 and we're pretty proud of that. And I think if we did the tournament, if we gave them 2 months, I think we would even go up to about 120 registrations.
Yeah. And the other interesting point about this tournament and this showcase event, when you compare it to the other ones that you've done, is the viewership. The viewership has been significant. People have been tuning in at 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why people wake up at that time, but
Yeah, me neither. They're probably waking up to go to Ultimate or are already at practice.
yeah. Either which way, the viewership's been significantly higher, and I guess that's how you know that the sport's also growing.
Yeah, I think what we wanted to do, which obviously Sportscast helped us, what was like, if we ever approach someone, if we ever talk to someone, uh, we can just tell them, hey, just go to our YouTube channel and watch our match, and then you can learn the sport. You can figure it out by kind of watching it. So the viewership is a huge matter for us, which is why we have tried to keep our digital content. We're trying to create a library of Indian Ultimate Frisbee. We're trying to create a library for Indian Ultimate Frisbee, and I think it's the weird thing is, as Hawa have a score. Sorry, they make it 4-3. A great hug followed by a simple pass in the end zone leads to a quick score. Hawa, who are looking to make a quick comeback into this game. नहीं 4-3 है अभी 4-3 हुआ है. As we see Muskan toe the sideline to. Sorry, sorry, I was a bit caught up in watching the replay, but Muskan toed that outside in forehand and then sent one of her own to her teammate to make it 4-3. But we're glad that more people are watching. I think this is our 7th tournament now. If we weren't growing in viewership, we would be doing something wrong. But yeah, this tournament has been especially significant because we're trying so many different angles and we're trying to get the product and the formula of shooting it right. What is your opinion on that? What did you think when I first proposed the idea of having the camera at the back of the end zone, when we had the talk with another experienced broadcaster and they suggested the gimbal, how we shoot from the camera one, which is the center extended at a height camera. What's your opinion about?
See, I'm going to be honest with you, Rishabh. I won't bore people with production talks, so I'll keep it very brief. I think the gimbal's being a bit of a game changer because I don't think a lot of people have tried that definitely in frisbee, and I don't think they've tried that a lot in other streaming, sort of while streaming other sports. So that gimbal is something that we also want to incorporate in football, which is one of the sports that we do predominantly.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that later, but yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so gimbal I think is obviously been a bit of a game changer. I hope people have liked some of the shots that we've given you. Sort of seems very intimate when you have the camera up close and you can basically see the people having conversations, something that you can't see from far off cameras.
As another turnover by Swarm gives Hawa a chance to go 4-4. Divya picks up the disc, finds Gotai. Gotai in the center of the field with acres of room. Sorry, please go ahead.
Yeah, apart from that, see, different angles gives you different perspective. It completely depends on luxury of having the number of cameras that we've ended up having this time around. Really like some of the angles that we've tried this time around. But I think that's something.
Yeah. Okay. एक ऐसे वेव कर दो सिर्फ. But yeah, anytime Adi and I have like an awkward pause and we just both stop talking, it's probably because we're discussing the cuts, or like at least quietly discussing it. As Becca comes down it right outside the end zone, gives it up to Stan, and that was always going to be a score. Make it 5-3 to Swarm. However, I really let go of that advantage, but they still have an entire hour to make their comeback in this game and book their berth to the finals. Yeah, so you were saying?
Yeah, so in terms of production, that's I think trying different angles sort of gives us a feel of gives us a feel of the game in a different way. But I think what's been more interesting is just coming down to Bombay, meeting you guys after a long time, also getting to see Dhruvnath, which is always a pleasure.
Pleasure is a strong word.
But I think
That's a live cue you're hearing, a production cue that you're hearing into the commentary feed.
fairly camera shy.
But no, I think, we obviously constantly have discussions and are constantly in touch about what to do, and I think you're decently invested in the off-season process, which makes it better for us, honestly.
The other thing that I would recommend is any viewers, if they have any recommendations, we're always up for sort of improving. We're always up for any sort of constructive criticism. Be slightly kind when you sort of criticize us because we're sensitive at the end of the day.
Oh, we're getting some Adi favorites on the chat.
Yeah.
Dhruv Nath says, great insights, Adi bhai. Aditi says, or we're in a different time zone. This is half a sentence. Or maybe you said something and she's picked up off that. But let's see what she says. But yeah, we're trying to, I think, one of the main discussions that we had was,
I think Aditi might be talking about the fact that she couldn't attend because she's in a different time zone.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, she's in Canada. Hi, Aditi. But I think our biggest discussion point for this tournament was to get the production right in terms of the cuts, the angles, the way we want to shoot it. As wow, I have an unconventional turn. A bit of miscommunication between Sammy and her teammate leads to a turn. At least it's on Swarm's side of the field. The disc straddles the sideline with Joe sending a backhand upline to Hia. Hia looking for a teammate to center it to. Doesn't find anyone. Sends it to Neha. but to no avail. Hawa get the disc back.
Rishabh, I'm also going to take this opportunity to thank a couple of people who actually work behind the scenes.
Yes, please do.
And predominantly Aman and Jay.
Jay. Shout
who
out
actually-
Aman bhai, shout out Jay bhai.
Who actually get up in the morning at 5:30 and
Yeah, you know, I was wondering who was the one who's going to wake up. I was wondering if it was Jay or Aman. So I texted Jay. I was like, I don't want to call him. I was like, I don't want to call them and see who's on the morning shift. But looks like both are up right now.
yeah, both are up.
Because Aman bhai and I had a funny text exchange at 7 a.m.
I was told about
You
that.
were told?
I was told about that.
Fantastic, I'm so glad. But another turn. Sorry, we are getting a bit distracted and just catching up. But yeah, one of the main things that we wanted to do, like Aman bhai worked on the graphics, we've changed the ticker. As Hawa I take a turn out. A timeout. Just struggling. That says hashtag Canada viewership. Shout out Canada. But Aman bhai changed up the graphics. Like you can see now, we have the entire roster of Swarm up, and you can see how strong their team is. So we're just constantly trying different things to see what works and what sticks. As we have the gimbal making its way onto the field and around the huddles. And I've lost my train of thought.
That's okay, Rishabh. We're not professional commentators at the end of the day. This is more out of desperation, I guess.
So shout out Jay bhai, shout out Aman bhai. Anyone else?
No, I think if I'm missing out on somebody, sorry about that. But Rishabh, I think the most important question right now is what are we doing after the tournament?
Tonight?
Yeah. Tahir's going out with his family.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's not coming. Oh, he has to go out with his family. Dude, Tahir is on another level today. He wanted to finish late like we always do on Sunday. Actually, no, that's not fair. Saturday he wanted to finish late. Sunday we have to finish early because all the teams have to everyone has to get back home and start their jobs on Monday morning. But
Considering majority of the people have to go back to their cities also.
yeah, like I do. I'm going back to Hyderabad. Yeah,
Tonight
but not. No. I'm going Tuesday because we're spending a bit of tomorrow evening like discussing what we want to do next. Are you in town?
I am supposed to be booking my flight for tomorrow morning, which I still haven't done. Thanks for reminding me.
Maybe you can stay one more day.
Can't, yeah. There are other tournaments happening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Adiba is always busy, man.
No, I act busy, but I think that's important also.
Yeah, no, it is important. It's what funds you to sponsor us in a way.
No, wait, Aditi would know how good I am at acting as a producer.
Oh yeah, you guys were law firm buddies. Early law firm buddies. So like back in the day when your senior partner was like 4 levels above you. If at all. Or it could be more. You know.
We've got a fellow commentator that I see entering the field. Waddling his way about.
Oh, waddle. If that is not you, not. Who could it be? Wearing the famous cutting chai jersey. Sorry. But this gimbal has added a.
But Rishabh, the other thing I wanted to tell you guys is you guys have actually put up some nice merch. If anyone's interested in sort of buying something, you guys might want to have a look at it. I'm not trying to advertise, by the way, guys. I
We have
genuinely like the merch. I asked them for a couple of free tees also.
Oh yeah, we do need to hook Ajay Bhai up. We need to hook up Jai Bhai and Aman. Aman Bhai is not getting his until he comes to the tournament.
That I think is
That's fair.
That's a fair ask.
That's only fair. हमेशा कहते हैं कि आ ही रहा हूँ कल नहीं आया फिर वो कुछ हो जाता है. So Aman Bhai gets it only. Jai Bhai gets one already. He's been.
अभी है क्या अभी
His finest with a nice catch in the end zone makes it 6-3 to Swarm. Slowly running away with it. Swarm lost both their games yesterday, but now find themselves Wow. So interestingly, I think if I'm not mistaken, Swarm lost both their games yesterday. They played Meraki and Ravens. I believe they beat the Ravens. So they won one, lost one. Hawaii won both. And Joanna Roy shows her cool celebration as they go up 3. Still a lot of game time left, but early signs good for Swarm.
Guys, and also entering the commentary box is the heavyweight of all commentators, Mr. Dhruv Nath.
The one with the waddle.
I thought Rishabh was already here.
Oh. Well, you're. What's the heavyweight का एक और है ना?
Super heavyweight.
Super heavyweight है ना? It's like after heavyweight is the thing, no? नहीं. हाँ तो I'm super heavyweight, you're heavyweight. ठीक है.
Above that is the great Khali. No? That joke.
Great Khali is actually below because you know Khali means empty.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen,
Back to the game. That's what we were doing yesterday. We were just talking a bunch of crap and then we're like, back to the game. Speaking of back to the game, can you take Sahu and ask him where he is? Oh, why isn't he coming?
I think probably might be because of
Hawa
some of
while
the-
playing.
or maybe because of some of the blunders made during the conference. Because anyone who wants video evidence, contact me. Dhruv might have.
Please, this is going to be like 10 years if OSU is ever successful, they're going to bring out these Sahu commentary clips.
But Rishabh, I need to ask you something. How tough is it for players who sort of come for these two-day events and then have to sort of gel with their teammates, people they barely know, probably have never met? I would imagine it's a bit of a struggle.
It's in some ways very tough. Hey, Jay bhai, kaise ho bhai? Sorry. Hey, Aman bhai.
That's Vishal.
Oh, Aman bhai कहाँ है? अमन भाई को तो गाली देना है यार, पर बाद में देते हैं. हाँ पता है, पर कोई सुनता नहीं है भाई कमेंट्री. Anyway, back to the action. Oh, quick hand block. Right when appropriately cut back to the action. But what I was trying to say is, yeah, it's one in some ways very difficult because genuinely some of these people just do not know each other. But some ways it's not. As Mina sends a huge unfurling hug and it's brought down by the Hawa defender. Maybe a bit low for Soumya to get to it. Yeah, it is hard, but in another way, it's a small community. Everyone does kind of know each other. You're invariably playing with one or two people from your city, different club. So, and they're extremely skilled. So, I think communication is more of the issue as opposed to like not trusting your teammate, if that makes sense.
No, and I'm sure at the time of the auctions, people are sort of selecting their
Oh, yeah.
teammates based on their chemistry with them.
Yeah, that's unfortunately one of the things that happens in our showcases and auctions. It becomes very like groupist. Like the owners determine obviously who they pick, and they end up just picking people from the same club or the same things like
Like I
that.
chose Rishabh for the Grand Prix.
Considering this, speaking of owners, I used to be a co-owner at one point before I was
And then what happened?
unceremoniously kicked out.
No, not even as much as a see you later or a goodbye.
Nothing. Wasn't even asked.
Another early turn for Hawa.
That's a grudge that I'll hold for a while.
I
As
did
you
the
should.
alligator.
A grab by Becca.
Oh, Becca to Soumya. Hawa looking a bit distraught right now. Good spirit shown by their team, but I
Maybe-
would say they need a timeout.
Maybe a case of too many cooks. They've got Karan, they've got Shetty, they've got Saitra advising them.
Yeah, maybe, but it worked for them yesterday. It's just one more person, Sahi.
So then we blame Sahi, I guess.
I blame Sahi. I blame Sahi. She didn't play in this tournament, dude. You know how embarrassing that is for us?
Shame.
Shame. Is Nirva in town?
No, she's in the US.
Exactly. Who
Hi
said?
Nibs, if you're watching, we miss you.
She's not watching for sure. But that's what I thought. She's away.
Miss you too, Aditi.
She's in on the chat. Aditi, when is Aditi coming back to Bombay? Like even to visit?
It's a question that you should pose to her.
I hope he is listening. Wow. I don't think anyone caught any words in that sentence. But I said I hope she's listening.
Is there a timeout call?
A timeout call, I
Timeout call
think.
by-
It's as if Rishabh knew what he's talking about. It's almost as if.
Hawa. In Swarms, I think the chemistry is definitely looking better today than it did in the last match. I think we have a lot of tired people, perhaps slightly injured people.
They also have Meena who moves the disc well. Stan made a comeback for the middle game. Oh, they're doing a little dance, aren't they? This is really cool about Ultimate Events. Each teams of all formats, all categories often have traditions that they follow. And seems like Swarm is making one of their own.
Isn't this similar to the Nash / ambush cell
Maybe. It makes sense. Stan is the Nash /
ambush?
if that makes sense. Captain. I think. Man.
Shetty seems to be giving an inspirational talk to Hawa. Let's see if they can turn it around.
Will Hawa blow
Soul.
Swarm out of the water?
Okay.
That was cute, Rishabh. That was fairly cute. But also just wanted to let the viewers know if you guys have any questions for the pros here, Rishabh and DB. Please feel free to ask. They'll be more than happy to answer.
Wait, what's the topic?
We'll still talk about Ultimate Frisbee.
Because you said pros, I'm like,
Or karaoke.
I don't know what that could be
DB is quite a pro
dude,
at
what's the
karaoke.
place that the Catholic uncles go to?
Soul Fry.
Soul Fry. Dude, I
Just
wanna go to
clarify
Soul
that you're
Fry.
not being like whatever. Catholic uncle means our friends who are part of a group called Catholic.
Yes. Not uncles who are Catholic, which is also totally fine.
Which also is the crowd there.
Yeah, which is also the crowd there. Which is why the group is called Catholic uncles.
Which is also why we like to go to Soul Fry. I mean, we love to.
Soul Fry.
It's supremely crowded. Not because there are Catholic
Wow,
uncles.
he's like, that's the greatest thing in the world.
There's no karaoke there today.
Not today, but the food is good.
It's good.
Food's good.
It's
Soul Fry, I mean, shout out. I mean, they're a very old establishment and they've managed
Bandra
to
Classic.
keep themselves.
like we
relevant
went to a Bandra Classic yesterday. You want to speak about that? Did you
We
feel
went to
particularly fortunate?
Lucky's restaurant
There you
yesterday.
go.
Oh, you guys went to Lucky?
Yeah.
At
Keema
Rishabh's insistence. I think we had everything but the keema pav.
Yeah, we didn't have the keema pav. We had the Adi bhai, do you prefer firni or malai kulfi?
Sydney, all day. All
फिर
day.
नहीं पूछना था मुझे because kulfi is better.
Clearly the chemistry is lacking in the commentary
Yeah,
box.
it's at odds.
I mean, still.
We can make a sitcom about two warring commentators, opposites attract.
Yeah, we can, and I can give the sound effects. Wah, wah, stuff like that.
Oh. Yeah, we can have a bit of the.
Is that out of practice while hanging out with me, Adi?
Your words, DB.
Talking about hanging out with DB, and something Adibai is going to do less of because he's getting married. Congratulations,
man.
Congratulations, Adi.
Thanks for that.
seamless transition as.
How about the game, yeah?
Yeah, how about the game? Neha sends a huge pull again to Hawa.
Khalil bhai, switch. Abhishek, Khalil bhai ko switch karne ka bola.
So Gotai with the disc,
I wish if you're watching.
Sammy on the right, guarded by Bhao. Moni Gotai trying to get free
Throw away
She
by
looks for Swati instead, but
good positioning by Iya.
good positioning by here. Would effectively cut off her cutter, but guessing the thrower had a high stall corner and had to go, and so they did.
In this situation, Rishabh, do you think if there's no simple throw, it's better to just hug it up so that the other team starts further back?
I've thought about it a lot, but I've never done it. I've never done it. Oh,
Crossfield pass.
a huge crossfields backhand.
That sounds like DB till he was 22. Thinking about it a lot, not doing it.
Answer that, Addy.
How are you talking about like playing hopscotch? Like what is this about?
Yeah, sure. Playing hopscotch it is. As Hawa moves the disc to the sideline, quick upline throw, centers it. Angi getting free, but choosing to go on the right sideline. There's an upline cut, nice upline cut, getting away from the defender, and that's a nice throw, but oh, it's just a little
Just
too low.
too low.
Perhaps if Bhavya had laid out, she would have got to it, and would have provided us with like a highlight moment for the day.
True.
But good play, good movement by Hawa.
Sleep is absolutely destroying my mind right now.
Sleep.
Yeah, the lack of it.
What time did you sleep?
12:31.
Time I was updating your sheets.
Put
Did
the
you see what a
shades on
beautiful
the
job
table.
I did there?
Yeah, I did. I put a heart react, no?
That is correct. I've also like put that conditional formatting where the top scorer's name will be highlighted.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, at least the number will be highlighted. As of
So,
the
DB,
end of
what plans for MUL?
Good question.
Adi, I believe you're buying a team.
He's not allowed to
Why?
because he's
Conflict of interest.
yeah.
So you can't even be a team co-owner.
No, Hotstar doesn't buy into the IPL.
What the hell, man? He was a co-owner before you guys even spoke to Sportscast about broadcast.
Yeah, no, we don't want him to spend more money on our stuff. He already does that.
Adi, how about you? Ditch the broadcasting.
Anyway, आदि भाई का मेरे
and
वजह
save
से
your costs.
आदि भाई का anyway मेरे वजह से 25,000 का नुकसान हुआ है ना.
क्यों?
पता नहीं.
Oh no. Yes, Rishabh and his indecisive ways.
Would you call me indecisive?
In this respect, yes.
In this respect or in this instance?
This instance,
Okay.
which is also this respect. This is
I
the
mean,
only
respect
experience.
could like
This is the
be
only
more
experience.
trend,
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's also the only experience I've had in this respect with you. So therefore,
In this respect or in this instance? No, but yeah, dude, I
disrespect.
like Soul Fry though. It's like a nice, quaint spot.
but tonight's party place might just be Three Wise Monkeys, Rishabh. It's got an active karaoke scene today.
Once you walk, is it the fourth monkey, but not the wise one? I'm just so tired.
It reflects.
My eyes are
Quality
closed.
By the way, have you seen the Royal Rumble?
I haven't seen it yet.
My commentary के लिए नहीं generally.
चल रहा है क्या?
The Royal Rumble's done already.
देखना पड़ेगा यार. 1 घंटा तो अब इसी में जाएगा. Horrible. कौन जीता? Cody Rhodes.
How can there be a horrible Royal Rumble?
WWE seems to surprise us all.
Is it because Vince McMahon is back in power?
Is he? I thought he gave it up.
Cody Rhodes came number 30.
No, so I mean there were a lot of hype vignettes about
Who came number one?
Number 1 was Gunther.
Guru.
Who's Gunther?
It's part of Imperium. Rishabh, you got to keep up with your wrestling.
And he was the
Who's
second
Imperium?
Okay, Rishabh, can't answer all these questions for the audience.
last. Toxic Gamer says hi.
Hello, Toxic Gamer.
That's Govind.
Govind.
Yeah.
Oh, कैसा है गोविंद?
गोविंद भाई अपने
ये
अक्षय सर
अक्षय
दीदी
सर
को कुछ
नहीं
बताया
आया
है?
अभी तक.
नहीं आया?
नहीं आया. पर आज नेहा तो गेम के बीच में चाय पी रही थी. याद रखना गोविंद.
The LA Knight White game match was a squash match. Five minutes.
Revive this question.
5 minutes.
Did Uncle Howdy interfere?
Yeah, Uncle Audi just didn't interfere. Ended up coming in the last minute. After the match got over, gave him a flying elbow from top of the title draw.
वो डाले सर
ये लोग बोल रहे हैं
Hawa he moves the disc, centers it. Bhao with the disc to Angi. Angi looks up, doesn't see a pass that she likes, centers the disc. Muskan making a cut. The disc is given to
Is that Monica? Is that Monica?
Angi with the disc on the sideline. Looks up
That was-
for the hug. It's a nice cut on the side. Oh, and a nice layout try,
A
but
nice
just
build.
out of reach.
ताहिर को बोल दो ताहिर को चुपचाप है आज बोलो
Becca with the disc. Looks up. Nice pass to Sushma. Joanna is lurking in the near the end zone. Nice pass to Becca. Nice upline cut by Becca. Has the disc. Looks to center it. Kanika and Stan making the cut. Joanna leaps for it. Looks up. And Stan makes the cut in the end zone and drops it off with Stan. Nice jump by Joanna. Simple put to Stan in the end zone. Swarm seems to be running away with it, Addy. Any thoughts?
Yeah, 9-3. I think that would be fairly accurate.
As we approach the halftime, I think it's about a minute away. Right, both teams are lined up. We have Swarm getting ready to pull. Hands up from the Hawa team asking for the disc. It's a flattish throw, just beyond the half line. It's a sprint up towards the disc. Soumya is the first one to get there. He's moved to the sideline. Nice upline cut by Muskan. Oh, I think with a teammate running towards the disc, probably grabbed at it in an awkward manner, leading to another turnover. Meraki with the Swarm with a chance to increase their lead. Soumya with the disc, centers it.
अभी गई
Swarm with the disc. Oh no, that's an unfortunate turnover during a 1-2.
वहाँ रखने से अभी आता है
Hawa needs to capitalize on these turnovers. This breaks. Ooh, that's a nice defensive bid. Comfortable collect by Swarm. sideline looking for the cuts in the end zone. Doesn't see anything she likes. It's a nice upline pass. And there's a loopy pass to Kanika in the end zone, who was completely unmarked, and she scores, taking the score to 10-3.
हाँ नहीं अब नहीं हाँ अब नहीं अब हाँ अब सही है ना ठीक ठीक ओके
I think that's the halftime called. We'll be back shortly.
it was crazy this is speaking of the no no one's been there हाँ so no one knows यार नहीं बीच में वाला से जा रहे हैं 16 से था नहीं Sammy's in all better than and after that a volley match so after that this guy got after the match getting handcuffed chemical stuff so so he didn't like the person he had been support so man of the match or man of the game Sammy because Jose knows one of the most mature so bad guy so Sammy started saying his gun and the guy's like no then बहुत मारा then बेचारे बेचारे smashed phone then he hit the genuine issues so then she was bashing him up except G did not bash him up
G has a soft spot for you.
G then left while these guys were bashing him up G texted me
Interesting.
I love how they worked on this angle for 6-7 minutes because it's not over
Whenever you lose.
And we have the teams back on the line as we resume the second half. Swarm has the disc up, asking for the pull. Hawa responds. It's a nice pull by Neha. Floaty and deep. Nice throw on the. Is that a brick call? Yes, there seems to be a brick call.
So DB, on the basis of the number of games that you've done commentary on, who do you sort of assume are the favourites for this one?
So Meraki and Swarm were the OG favorites along with Hawa Hawaii, but Meraki decimated Swarm yesterday, and Swarm seems to be doing the same to Hawa Hawaii today. It's going to be an interesting finals. I think maybe Swarm's worked on some tactics. discussed what they could do better, and they seem to be implementing it. It's a floaty put. Nice catch by Muskan. A simple pass in the end zone for the score. All right, whatever their halftime discussion was seems to be working. Hawa getting a point back. Perhaps the first of many in the fight back. 4-10. Swarm leading currently. Based simply on the ease with which Meraki was moving the disc yesterday, I would think Meraki are the favourites to win.
Good for you.
Do you have a caution warning on the pitch?
Fucking low.
अरे मैं यहाँ से लिख दूंगा या काउंट वाइज होता है ये काउंट तो नहीं है वो बीच में लेके आके जाऊंगा मैं
And DB, what do you think about how Ultimate Frisbee has grown over the last 2-3 years? Do you think there's been a significant sort of interest that people are taking in the sport? Is it going in the right direction?
That might be above my pay grade, Addy.
Considering you're not getting paid at all.
Exactly.
Sure.
But no, I think the level of enthusiasm has only gone up. I think as you can see that people are very enthused about participating in tournaments that OSU is organizing, and that's a great thing. And I'm sure the participation in the UPAI events is similarly placed. As Sushma centers the disc to Stan, Stan looks up. Neha makes a nice cut on the left side. Fakes, looks for an upline pass, doesn't get it. Manages to get it to Becca, who now looks for Stan. Stan is trapped on the sideline, looking for a nice release to Becca, and makes a run in the end zone. Doesn't get it back from Becca yet. I think there was a defender already there in the end zone. Joe activates. Nice look to Becca again. Becca looking for Sushma or Stan. It's a nice upline pad. Another fake. Looks to center. Back to Becca. Looking for the upline cut. Gives it to Sushma. Sushma makes a nice break pass to Stan on the forehand, and that's it. Another score by Stan and by Swarm. They extend their lead to 11-4. It's 2 points away from the end of the game.
Sorry, DB, I'll have to correct you there. 5 points away. 11 for 4 points away.
So is that now to 15?
Semi-finals.
My apologies. It's up to 15 now. So 4 points away. So we have a sideline injury. Her jump for the disc seems to have done something to her neck on that jump. So it seems to be okay. So we've got the 7 persons from each team on the line. Sagar coaching or assisting the Swarm team with Shetty, Sahitra and Karan on the Hawa team.
Sorry, I'm asking you like a bunch load of questions. But, how many sort of tournaments have you taken part in? These, not the leagues, these showcase events.
Not counting the Mumbai Ultimate League, is it?
Yeah, no counting that one.
I've only had a team in the Delhi showcase.
So how different was it sort of picking a team up where you barely know people and all that?
So I had able assistance. I should actually say that I was not providing any assistance to Binoy and to Rohit, who were handling the auctions on behalf of the Grumpies.
So when the Grumpies eventually won, did you feel like you had actually participated in that victory?
I felt like I had done nothing to contribute in that game at all. I was just supporting the team on the sidelines. But
With bags full of cash, is it?
no,
Just
man.
because you owned a team.
hadn't gone to the casino yet.
Would you like to?
No.
Would you like to tell the viewers about your last experience?
No. No need for the nose to know anything about the nose.
For any worried viewers, it was all positive.
Guys, don't gamble.
Yeah, and it was all positive for DB.
Angi with the disc on the sideline. Another floaty pass looking for Muskan in the end zone. Becca gets to it. Muskan nearly got the rebound off Becca's shoulder, but was unable to finally catch it. Becca picks up the disc, brings it up to the. Not picking up. No, but I mean, I felt like even though it was just a 2-day experience in the Delhi showcase, I think there's a great bonding between the team. And I think a lot of these people anyway play together in Delhi or in other states. But oh, that's a nice interception by Hawa Hawaii, very well anticipated, and now looks for the score in the end zone. It's a low catch and brilliant catch. It's Stan sort of bearing down on her. It's a very confident low quasi layout catch by the Hawa Hawaii team. Brings the score up to 6-11. I see better cuts happening from Swarm today, Addy. If this continues in the finals, I think Meraki may find the Swarm bunch to be a bit of a handful.
And also considering these are 90-minute games, the semi-finals, the finals are also supposed to be 90 minutes. Do you think 3 hours or 4 hours is ample amount of time for getting sufficient rest for these players?
I think these guys are used to playing 90-minute games during the UPI events. Most of those are 90-minute games. You have
Multiple ones on the same day?
3 or 4 in the same day at times. Generally, I think they try to restrict it to 2 or 3. But there have been instances where even our team has played 4.
Is the squad like slightly more stretched than the ones that they have right now?
Not by much. I think generally you do have a 14-member squad as well for the UPI events. So not by much. I think these guys are in top physical condition. I think they should be able to recover. Oh, and that's another interception by Hawa Hawaii. The pass to Stan was a little too high, and while she was attempting to chase it down, the Hawa Hawaii defender swatted the disc away, and and that's unfortunate. That was a nice pass in the end zone, unmarked. Perhaps the defender bearing down on them may have just impacted their ability to catch that properly. Oh, this is a good opportunity for Hawa Hawaii to get another break as Swarm starts the play from their end zone on the sideline. Centers the disc, and that's a nice huck looking for Stan, who catches it. Looks up for Soumya, who's in the end zone
15 points, no?
for the score.
Upset.
Soumya was the top scorer in the showcase, and she seems to be continuing that form here today, and yes, as well as yesterday.
You want to shift to the.
Let's move after this.
I'm not in the shade. You are. I feel a bit out of place.
We have about 80 minutes left in the game.
Wow, what a insane turnaround by Som. Hawaii vibes looked good the first two games, but now they find themselves with a almost unassailable deficit.
Crazier things have happened, Ashok.
Crazier things have happened.
You remember Tracy McGrady covering up a 12-point or 11-point
then he
deficit
lost.
in 40 seconds? No, they won that game.
I thought they lost that game.
For I think
13 and 53 or something. it was.
something like that. I think they won the game with that last three.
But is Ultimate so scoring?
A couple of quick breaks, and you might be surprised.
Only thing we can hope for, I mean, only thing Hawaii, one of the few things Hawaii can hope for is quick turns. They pull it and Swarm.
They actually got one in the previous point, and there was a nice floaty pass to the end zone, but like the Hawaii player couldn't catch the disc. Just
Sammy,
bounced
I
out
think
of
it was
their
Sammy
hands. Who's been
who
actually
come
very
down with it.
consistent.
Who's very good. Yeah, she's extremely athletic, extremely good. I think she plays for Callahan. She's played for Rajalis before.
Nice pull by Swarm. It traps the Hawaii player on the sidelines. This pass to Bhavya, who quickly rotates the disc on the other flank.
Did you see
Back
how?
in the- oh, and I
wow,
think just the
Neha.
exact opposite has happened, where Swarm has stolen the disc with 4 players in the end zone looking to score. Back to Neha. Neha looks up and sees a nice floaty pass. Oh, Kanika went for it.
Stretches for it, but hit her.
I thought she
finger
got a
and
hand to it, but
yeah, I think she just her hand maybe closed it just a bit too soon, or was a bit further from her grasp. But Hawaii have another shot to at least bring down the deficit to 6 and make Swarm really work for these next 15 minutes. And
Shetty
make a
moves the
comeback.
disc, brings the disc back to help the Hawaii team.
Shetty helping out with finally helping out with an off-season event.
It's fun to see. I think Shetty played in the first MUL.
He played
With the
but he was
Buntais.
more of a coach with Buntais.
Yeah, he was a bit injured at that time.
Yeah, he still is, I think.
Ooh, and that's a nice grab by Muskan. With Soumya, I think, in a better position. I think she managed to grab that. Brenda gives it back to Muskan. Muskan should look the other way for the score. It's a nice, there's a player completely unmarked. He looks for it now, but by now the Swarm people have come back, and a nice D.
That floaty outside in
Yeah.
was not the need of the hour.
I think that was required earlier when the Swarm defenders were further away. That could have worked at that time. Soumya makes a cut, doesn't get the disc. Hia makes a nice cut. Floaty pass. Bhavya went for the D but did not get to it. Oh, a dangerous looking pass to Soumya, but she manages to catch it. It's just a little ahead of her. Soumya pump fakes, looks back for Neha, gets it to Neha. Need more cuts from Swarm. Sees the unmarked player.
Ooh.
Is that something?
No, that's not Sapna. Sapna plays Sapna Tavi plays for Beastie and other Sapna Bombay Sapna plays for Eclipse. Ooh.
It's a low pass, which is a little
Tough pass for Ishta.
tough pass, yes.
As she quickly catches up to her person, Brenda, who's going deep.
Angi with the disc.
Angi, who has very good throws.
Yeah.
Played
Angi
for Bomb
looked a
Squad
little
last season.
underconfident yesterday, but I think in the first
I
game,
think she found herself in the incorrect role. They are playing her more of as a cutter, whereas
right,
she's more of a handler. As we've seen, with,
and she's definitely grown in confidence since then.
I think the least the players have to have is confidence, or at least we're hoping that they constantly improve on that in a sense of back themselves because everyone on the field has skill.
Yeah, I think this is a great opportunity for the players. And this is a great opportunity for the players. Sorry, apologies.
For
I thought the mic was not working.
what is this
Apparently, it was
opportunity
the
for?
lungs actually. But yeah, no, it's a great opportunity for a lot of the players to gain that confidence, right? Where the team trusts them more in this format, where they're more involved in the game. I think with 7 women on the line, you know, they get more of an opportunity. Whereas, like I think you were mentioning yesterday, in the mixed gender, since there are only 3 or 4 girls on the line, uh, certain, so to speak, top bill players get more playing time. But this is a great opportunity to get more playing time to develop that confidence.
Yeah, no, I was talking actually. We were having a chat last night after end of days play with the GK girls, and we were just kind of having a chat about how their issue isn't necessarily confidence. I think they deserve to have an extreme amount of confidence. I think that's what I was kind of telling them in the sense of they all have the skills, they all work hard on their throws, they're all very capable hands, but I think this is where experience comes out in the sense of they're also very experienced, but the experience more so of being the person on the field who is responsible for the team's progress, which they are also are for GK, but they work better as a team in the mixed format. In the single format, they kind of find themselves lacking in this regard. So we can see that some of the GK girls, whenever they have the disc, I think everyone on the field expects a good decision and a good movement, and it's for everyone to constantly develop that.
Yeah. There's a timeout called by Swarm, I think.
Strange time for a timeout.
I guess the last 10 minutes you, or is it the last 5 minutes where you can't call a timeout?
Last 5 minutes.
I guess they get to slow the game down to, a little bit.
A crawl. I think so. Now Swarm has the disc in their own end zone or by their end zone, looking to work their way up the field to make it 13-5. However, I hope to stifle them right here, get the short field, and have a quick score to reduce that deficit in the final 10 minutes of this game. Ista on the sideline, holding the disc.
So there's perhaps a lane poach. Okay, and there's a nice, but Angi gets to the disc comfortably. She releases it for Muskan. Nice highish release, just out of reach for the Swarm player. They move the disc up and nice put in the end
Another
zone, but
block.
Soumya with the
Some a
D.
huge block. Soumya was someone I did not know about until I went to Delhi Showcase, and she was on my team. And what a determined receiver, if that makes sense. I think somehow part of that Suhani ilk of someone who, if they see the disc in the air, they're going to track it down furiously, in a sense of not anger, but in the sense of extreme determination and concentration. As she moves it quickly up the sideline, um, to Ishta,
Nice.
who uses her height to scoop it back up to Soumya, who made the upline cut. Upline, Soumya looking to center the disc now, squaring up with her defender.
Seems to be a
I see my high
highish
release
count.
coming up right now, and there it is.
Oh, Neha
Oh,
positions herself
well done,
beautifully.
Neha. Neha read the disc perfectly, knew it was coming to
Went
her.
around Angi and ahead of her to collect it comfortably.
Yeah, I think Angi at that time, that's when you get caught up between the person and the disc. She was a bit of
Correct.
a disadvantage.
And
Another
that's a
score.
score
Soumya, find
to
yourself as a
Kanika.
handler now. Kanika, instead of handling, is the cutter, and Swam really trying out different roles and still finding themselves to be successful. Going up 8 points now, being and up 13-5. Will this be the first game that ends with a race to the stipulated score?
I think we had one or two yesterday.
Not to 13.
We did. Hawa Hawaii got 113-6 and I think another 113-9, if I'm not mistaken.
Um,
See, while I was tabulating yesterday, I was keeping tabs on that.
oh, that's true. That's why he knows. I was wondering. That's sus. I was like, how? Why would he know this? Why would you not?
At the end of day one, I think we had Pooja as the top scorer, with
Pooja Raghu.
Pooja Raghu with as the top scorer with 9.
Spoilers. But no, please go ahead. And did you pick up anything else?
I've forgotten who the person with the most number of assists was. I think it was. You have your phone?
I do have my phone.
Just check.
Hold on. Let me keep talking as you.
Sure. I think now I can comfortably say, Rishabh, that this lead is unassailable.
Yeah, it's quite. There's a lot of. There's a severe lack of assailability, I think. But I don't know. We've seen crazier things,
No,
haven't we?
no. But not 8 points in 7 minutes for sure.
Until. Weren't you saying something about Tracy McGrady?
Yeah, but 8 basketball points is different from 8 ultimate frisbee points.
That's true. Okay, looking at assists. So coming on top with no surprise is Sneha Patil with 12, followed closely by Megha, no, not Megha, sorry, Monica with 9.
Yeah, I think Eclipse and Ravens had one extra game yesterday.
Okay.
They both played 3, while the other teams played only 2 games.
Yeah.
So that may have contributed to it, but not to take away from the.
Roshni has 9 for the Ravens, who's been a standout. The lefty handler looking extremely smooth. Sammy with the disc, looking for her teammates. Good patience by Sammy as she sends it back for a quick dump.
But I think she turned a little too soon. There were a couple of people making cuts in the end zones who may have gotten away from the
Perhaps.
defenders. So she had her back to the end zone. Not
They
an
pick
ideal
out to
position
Ananya
to
in the
be.
center. Ananya hooking up a forehand but finding no one on the other side.
Ooh, nice put. Oh, he through the hands. Unfortunate.
I think it's been a strange game for Hawa. We didn't see any of this. No fault of the players, but something just seemed
Unforced errors.
slightly, unforced errors. Something seemed slightly off. Yesterday, there was extremely smooth flow and no mistakes from Hawa. They look like a well-oiled machine. But right now, there are some errors that are just not representative of the talent in the squad. Sushma gets it
Sushma
on the
with
back of the
this.
end,
Looks for
sends a
Kanika.
backhand to Kanika.
Comfortably looks back to center it.
Wow! I hope everyone saw that handler movement between Sushma and Meena. Oh,
This
Meena
was
put it just past, a bit past Meena. Their own half. Sushma made the upline cut
space to
to
the.
give the dump to give a dump option, but also to give Meena the space to go back for the swing dump, which is what the thrower took, which is the option the thrower took. It shows just how effective it is to not only cut to get the disc, but to cut
To create space for your teammates.
exactly.
Oh, nice collect.
Why looking to make it as Deepika hustles to get the disc back in the backfield.
Is that a stall out?
That may be a stall out.
It seemed way too fast to be a stall out.
Yeah. Maybe there's a different sound on the field, but there's no other reason
No
for
call by the Hawa Hawaii defender. Oh, sorry.
Ooh, and the disc is just out of reach. It's an immediate turnover again. Some might say karma.
You know what they say about Karma? Extremely nice person to be around.
Yeah, Negi's brother is called Karma. So,
Really?
yeah,
His name's Karma?
yeah.
Karma Archana?
Karma Negi.
Oh, her name is Archana, na? Her first name is Archana. Damn. There's a reason why I got
Hawa
confused.
Hawa, he throws it away. Oh, and that's a nice D by Ananya. Great anticipation. Looks up for the pass in the end zone. Oh, that's misjudged. Oh, but the other player had reached for it. Just out of. I mean, she couldn't manage to hold on to the disc. I think one basic underlying principle that everybody should keep in mind is always expect the other person to miss. A lot of times people are in a position where they can catch a disc, but they're like, oh, you know what, I'm not going to get the disc. And when it does eventually reach them, they're not prepared for it.
I guess the thinking is when you have the disc and you need to throw it, the idea is to ensure that the receiver doesn't have to work hard to catch it. But when you're the receiver, the approach probably should be to keep working hard.
Ananya
until
with
you catch it.
another interception. Ananya is on fire on this point.
So now the person in the end zone should make a cut to the sideline.
Should or should not?
Should. She has separation from her defender if she gets there.
Oh no. A quick throw with not much communication as Bhavya raises her hand to say sorry.
But Rishabh, is it too late now to say sorry?
No, it's not actually. Mistakes happen on the field.
This is the Justin
I
Bieber
know.
song.
How about if he was a line? I don't remember how songs go that song.
I don't want to say the next line. It's inappropriate for the audience.
At least give us the tone. Like, is it a question? Is it?
Is it
just a
too late now to
rhetorical
say
statement?
sorry?
There we go.
Cause
Sushma has the throw. Ooh, right to the middle. Ooh, our receiver who gives it up.
oh nice. Found herself in open created some space for herself in the middle of the
Gives it
field.
back to Meena. Meena ushering the troops from the back. Someone swarm. See
Sushma makes a nice cut.
Ooh. A high release to Ishta.
Ooh, nice
Ishta
forehand
back
dump
to
pass.
Meena. Meena on the right sideline. Sushma makes the upline cut.
Oh, and that's another great D by Hawa
Fantastic
Hawa.
track. And another D by Hawa Hawa. That's their fourth or third at least.
Bhavya making a
On
cut
this
in
point.
the end zone. The other way, Bhavya, the other way.
Deepika catches it. She's looking in the end
Here,
zone.
look.
It's been a long point and
And
finally, and that's
Hawa Hawa
bookends
hits.
for the Hawa Hawaii player. Makes it 13-6. Gives some life back to their team. Slight cool breeze has entered the pool and we're a bit worried that we're not Adi Bhai, even though he says thanks. We might get a spot of rain, although it's not in the weather forecast, but can you really trust it? But thankfully, after this game, we have a 2-hour break. As the time runs out in this game, triggering the +1 WFDF. have you spoken to any other stakeholders?
So far, it's just you and me.
Oh, so this is very up in the air, right? Like the location is very changeable.
Is it though?
Is it though? Is the question asked? And you know what? It might be. It might just be.
Right, Rishabh. We'll either see you at Three Wise Monkeys or we won't.
Or you won't, as in you won't be somewhere else.
I will not be anywhere else.
Last time we had come from Mumbai, Adivai waiting for one of the days, and after wrapping up on the field, I caught you belting Bohemian Rhapsody on the mic. Or was it like
Work hard, party harder. Right, Swarm moving the disc well. Sushma with the disc. Puts it to Soumya on the sideline. Soumya looks for Becca. Stan and Joe making cuts as well as Neha. Neha seems to get the toe in for the score. 14-6, and I believe that's the end of the match. That's the end of the match?
14-6, no, not quite yet. I believe. Oh, I think the plus one was called. Oh no, the teams are lining up. That is the end of the match. 14-6 to Swarm. Swarm really coming
Into their own.
into their own at the back end of this tournament. Punching at the final. It's going to be a Marathi Swarm Thunder rematch in the stages.
Not sure, but I think Raghuveer called this yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, he might have actually. I don't remember.
I think Raghuveer called it.
Scintillating matchup? Or is it
Scintillating.
scintillating matchup?
I think it's scintillating.
Among the Bangalore red and against the Chennai yellow.
That is correct.
I'm a Chennai sympathizer myself. Where do your loyalties lie?
Bhopal.
Okay, dude.
If you're asking the IPL?
No, for like right now.
Right now?
This
Okay.
next match.
I would like Swarm to sort of win this. I think solely because yesterday was a bit of a one-sided affair by the end of it.
Oh yeah, true.
Because Meraki won 9-3 against Swarm yesterday. So I would like to see them at least make a match out of it, if not win it
A
outright.
meal out of it, as they say.
No. Making a meal out of it would be
Is
a
a bad
mess up.
thing, right?
Yeah.
All right. Saying that, thank you guys for having us.
Like what you did in the commentary right now.
Foot in the mouth. That's what our commentary booth is called.
That is correct.
We'll be back for the 5-6 matchup, followed by 3 versus 4 in the what do you call it? In the afternoon at 3 p.m. and then the grand finale at 4:15 this evening. Catch you guys soon.
Thank you for tuning in. See you guys soon.
Oh my! The whole time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rishabh's mic was off this entire time.
I'll go call Sahu.